Mr. Negative here with the Fat Boy Chef, and this is our first podcast. We were just getting ready to talk, and you said you had a story to tell.
Yeah, you were talking about ramen.
Yep.
And about how maybe I could do a video about stop eating garbage ramen edition.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know nothing about ramen, but I have a story about ramen and what it does to you. You were saying it lit you up.
My asshole was on fire this morning. It was bad. It was bad news bears.
Did you have like the burning shits, like put the toilet paper in the freezer situation?
I had a cannon blast.
Okay.
Like it held up for a
So
second and then it went.
You painted the bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, good stuff. And this is great. This is the first topic coming out of my mouth. This is an omen. So, all right. So before I moved down here to Florida, I was hit some pretty hard times.
Mm-hmm.
This could be an hour story. It could be a 5-minute story. I'll try to do the 8-minute version. So I'm a restaurant guy.
Mm-hmm.
Richmond is oversaturated with restaurants. Got to a point where they were closing one by one. The economy was tanked. This was right before Obama got elected, first term. So the economy was tanked. People weren't going to restaurants. Restaurants were closing one by one. Like 3 restaurants in a row that I worked out closed down.
It's kind of crazy because everyone needs to eat.
Yeah, but they don't necessarily need to pay 4 times what it costs for a plate of food, because the average restaurant markup is 400%. That's what I was told to do when I was doing specials in pretty much every restaurant I ever worked at. Fancier restaurants, you get to 500 or 600%. So times were tough. Couldn't get a job in restaurants. That's all I'd done in years. Meanwhile, this guy I knew was getting ready to open a restaurant. Crazy at the time, but I've looked them up. They're still there.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking asshole. But so they were supposed to open in September. Delays. I had no job. Like, dude, what's going on? Well, I'll pay you like $10 an hour. You come in and, at the time they were laying tiles. They were, refinishing the bar, painting, just doing shit like that to get the place ready. So I was making maybe $200 a week. And then I got into a thing with, I knew one of the guys really well. I'd worked next door to him for years and years. The other guy I didn't really know. And one night we went out, he took all of us out to a restaurant for just to eat, but also to kind of explore potential possibilities for what we were going to do.
Did he pay for you guys' meal?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And he's like, oh, order 2 things. Let's try a little bit of everything. I want to explore what they have and critique it and see what we could get from this and maybe bring to the table. So we do that. Everything's fine. Conversation leads towards what this one guy's idea is for the restaurant is personal pizzas. Like he wants to build the whole thing around the idea of personal pizzas.
Like a Pizza Hut, like personal pizza, like a little.
I never actually saw one of these personal pizzas, but
it's very small. Like it's like eating 1/4 of a pizza, basically.
Yeah. Not even 1/4 of a pizza. I mean, a personal pizza like this.
Yeah.
That's a slice.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a slice from.
Well, it's kind of 4 slices though, so it lies to your mind.
Yeah. Horse shit. So I'm like, and I know the restaurant. They're building it in a restaurant that I'd worked at 2 restaurants ago that closed down. It was a sports bar. It was actually one of the first places I ever worked when I moved to Richmond. This was Richmond, Virginia, if I didn't say that. And it was like I always stayed in good standing there. So every time I was between jobs or whatever was going on, I could almost always get a job there. So I worked there for off and on for 10 years. They had a pizza oven, a good pizza oven, that would hold 2 full-size pizzas.
Ooh.
Or 8 of their personal pizzas. So, I mean, I understand the logistics of operating this pizza oven. I've got 4 pizzas in there. I put 2 in 10 minutes ago. I've got to put 2 more in. Do I pull those first 2 to the front because they're coming out first? Do I have time to do that? And so we can only do 8 at a time. It's like the place seats 100 people.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't work out mathematically. Instead of saying that, I said, pizzas. You want to open a pizza joint? And he did not take that well. Like I was being arrogant or whatever, but 3 days later, they canned me and said, no, we're going to go with someone else.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, if I got to a restaurant and there's 100 people in there, and it's like, yeah, like a personal pan pizza. All right, it's going to be 3 hours.
No, you're not.
Probably gonna go somewhere else now.
Yeah, and if they don't tell you that, and you wind up waiting 3 hours for a mediocre pizza.
A personal pan pizza. I'm not
Personal-
waiting for a
it's
personal pan pizza.
Freaking pizza.
No way am I waiting for a
I mean,
personal pan pizza.
And here I am. I'm a guy with lots of fine dining experience, and I know how to translate that into everyday food.
Mm-hmm.
Utilize your resource. That was what I was trying to say, but we didn't communicate well. So, I was basically on retainer, if you call it that, to be their kitchen manager when they opened.
Mm-hmm.
But I was painting walls and laying ceramic tile, waiting for them to actually do it.
Painting walls, laying pipe.
Yep, laying pipe, lots of pipe. So, okay, they canned me, couldn't pay my rent. I went like 2 months, couldn't pay my rent. I lived with this chick, cool chick, kind of crazy chick, did cocaine and got really weird, but not like, I don't know.
They're all crazy without the cocaine, bro.
Most of them. That's a gross generalization. Let's keep it real. Anyway, so I wind up talking to a friend of mine who I hadn't talked to in years, and at the time I was painting a lot. I was doing a lot of watercolor painting, and she'd seen some of it. I was a bit prolific. Like I took it on, got pretty good, pretty quick. And she's like, I want to open an art gallery. There's a place below my apartment downtown that's for rent. I know the landlord. It's prime real. It was really prime real estate. Like it was one of the best spots in downtown. I want to open an art gallery. Will you be my partner? And part of my brain is thinking, there's no way this is ever going to happen. But the rest of my brain is like, this is my only chance to not be homeless.
That's good point there.
So we took it. We took possession of the retail space without rent. Like we had it for a few months to get things in order and start setting things up and plan what we were going to do. Had a business meeting with an investor who may or may not have paid out in the long run. I don't know. But meanwhile, I can't pay my rent. My roommate's cool as shit, and I'm like, I got to get out of here. I can't pay you what I owe you, but I can get the fuck out so you can find someone who can pay. So I moved into the retail space. Had a bathroom, no shower. So I'm basically squatting. I'm not allowed to live there. I'm allowed to be there, but I'm not supposed to be sleeping there. Long story short, all I had was a coffee maker.
Wait, you were a squatter, man.
I was essentially... It was kind of a gray area between squatting and something else.
Because I heard, like, they're like squatters, like, they stayed someplace for so long, eventually, like, it's theirs or something like. Is that a real rule? I've seen that TV show.
I've heard that. I don't know if it's true or not. And
it seems like it's a fake.
I'm not a big enough asshole to, like, try to take advantage of some bullshit like that. But, so like, I had no money. I was counting change. I had a jug full of change that I'd been saving up over the years. That was my living money. So basically I was living on 2 packets of ramen a day. And this went on for about 2 months. And it got to a point where I couldn't go 2 hours without just pissing out of my asshole. Pissing brown bullshit out of my asshole. All night long, all day long, like clockwork. It ruined my system.
Do you think it's the spices, or do you think it's the actual noodles themselves?
Well...
That's my question, because like,
I can eat ramen now and it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I can eat a bowl. I have no desire to. Like, the thought of it turns my stomach. At least top ramen.
If I went a month
freeze dried,
pissing out my butthole, I would probably every time I looked at ramen noodles just want to like my butthole just pop.
Well, it's just one of those things where it's like the only thing you have to eat for so long.
Yeah.
Like even if you loved it when you started, you're gonna hate it when you finish. I don't think it's the noodles themselves. It's the complete lack of any real nutrition. All I was getting was sodium and carbohydrates.
Yeah.
So I had energy.
No protein.
But no fiber, no protein, nothing. And I eventually wound up down here. Because the girl, and now we're past my 8-minute mark, but at this point, but the girl winds
Keep going,
up,
buddy.
She's living with her boyfriend upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Her boyfriend is really jealous of me.
Wait, were you dating her
No,
at one point?
No,
just friends.
We were. She was a weird girl. When I first met her, she was dating this